The New England Patriots just got great AFC East news. Let's talk about it. My name is Aaron. This is Sports Talk Patriots on the daily, pushing out that content to people just like you who can't get enough Patriots football, especially after a win. So let's jump into it. Before we do, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and let's roll. All right, so today what we're going to be talking about, the AFC East. What's the big news that not a lot of people are talking about from coming out of the AFC East? As well, what we're going to be talking about is some wide receiver issues, specifically from our rookies. A rookie we have not talked about in a while. As well, we talk about some comments from Bill Belichick on the end of the episode. And as well, we talk about some defensive holds, stops, whatever you want to call them, specifically that are making the Patriots look good and showing that, hey, they made the right decision. So we're going to jump right into it. We know the AFC East. We look at it at the beginning of the year. The big question was who is going to reign supreme. And I think, and I will be honest, I did not think it was going to be the Buffalo Bills. I kept saying I think they're going to take a step back. I think the Jets are going to surprise a lot of people. And it is quite been the opposite. The Jets have been absolute trash. The Buffalo Bills, even though they've lost Stephon Diggs and Gabriel Davis, have still proven to be the top dog in the division. So we're going to jump into it. The good news for the Patriots is this. Totally not even realizing Dolphins 2-5, Patriots 2-6, obviously not ideal, but the New York Jets 2-6. Now, the reason I'm saying that is because I think a lot of people have said, listen, this is rebuild for the Patriots. This is a rebuild for the Patriots. But for the Dolphins and for the Jets, this is not supposed to be a rebuild. This is supposed to be a, hey, we are trying to make it a deep run into the playoffs this year. Now, I know the Dolphins just got Tua back, and so things could definitely change for them. But what's good about this is the fact that moving forward, you look at the Patriots and they are supposed to be in this situation. No one is surprised they're in this situation. And then you have these other two teams that are mightily struggling, and a lot of people thought they were going to surprise the NFL. So I think looking into the future for the AFC East, this is a bullish trend for the New England Patriots, having them know, like, listen, we're not surprised necessarily that we're here. We had a rough past couple years, and here we are, and we're rebuilding, and we're trying to get this forward momentum going. And you can see that in, hey, we got players like Drake May that are out there making exciting plays that are helping move this offense. We got some younger players as well on offense. On the defensive side of the ball, you have people like Christian Gonzalez, who we're going to talk about a little later, who has built up to his first-round pick, in my opinion. So, again, I think this is huge. I wouldn't be surprised if playing the Dolphins for a second time, even though they have Tua, that the Patriots could surprise them. Again, I wish they would have had Drake May at quarterback when they played him the first time. I think it would have been a different story. But again, you can't live in the past. So I think that is some of the big news as well. We're jumping into rookie wide receiver Javon Baker. Now, we've talked a lot about Jalen Polk in the past few weeks, just about how he really hasn't progressed like a lot of people have thought. He's been dropping the ball, just not playing like he should be playing, or a lot of people build him to be playing. Javon Baker, a lot of the same stuff. I think during training camp, I asked the question multiple times, who's one rookie you're excited for? And I think Javon Baker was one of the top contenders, usually in the top three answers. A lot of people thinking he has a lot of potential, which I do think he does. But the thing is, he has not been active for a lot of games. Apparently had an issue in London where he missed curfew, and he came back late. Not necessarily seeming to be a huge issue, but again, we look at this idea of a rebuild. If we're going to rebuild, we need leaders in place. We need people buying in, and even in the little things. I think that's one of the biggest things in any sport, is being disciplined in the small things. And that means as small as, hey, I'm going to be back on curfew. What's funny is they call it a hiccup. Again, maybe they're making it sound not as bad as it is, but it is what it is. He did play though against. He did play this past week against the Jets. They had him returning, and so again, I would love to see him more, get more opportunities. But again, you have Kayshon Boutte, who's kind of stepped in. I think Thornton has had some, he had 3 targets, 2 catches the other day, So these other guys are going to step in. If you're not going to take your opportunity, you're not going to take your opportunity. But I would love to see more of Baker. Comment below what you think about that. As well, comment below what you think about the AFC East. You think that's good news? Or you're just like, yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Next, Christian Gonzalez. I said this briefly, I believe, in our post-game video, but he, as the stats are coming out more, he allowed Davante Adams the big trade to the Jets, because we remember, this will be the 3rd time I say this, the Jets are like the Titanic. That boat is sinking, and they are trying to throw out rafts and do whatever they can to not drown. But unfortunately, they're drowning. But Davante Adams, they picked him up, longtime teammate of Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. And he absolutely did nothing against Christian Gonzalez. Honestly, didn't really do much against the Patriots. 4 catches, 54 yards, and a bulk of those yards came on a last catch that was in a zone coverage, like a prevent defense at the end of the game. So not that big a deal. Not that big a deal. But again, I see every once in a while in the comments, people are saying Christian Gonzalez, he should be traded before people find out he's a fraud. Guys, listen, I don't think he's a fraud. I do not think he's a fraud. Now, again, you might not be seeing crazy stats, interceptions, all these different things, but again, dog. He's a dog. Next week, Calvin Ridley. Once the Patriots tried to pick up Calvin Ridley, I'm kind of glad they didn't. Again, that's just me. But I think Christian Gonzalez will be able to hopefully do a good job against him, especially if it's still Mason Rudolph at quarterback. So we will see. Next, we jump into Bill Belichick making some comments about the Uche trade, basically saying, hey, Uche was great, probably wasn't utilized how he should have been for the Patriots, especially this year when you're behind and you cannot blitz as much as you want or do certain blitz packages. And so, and don't get me wrong, he probably will do all right with the Chiefs. And think about it, when if he's going opposite of Chris Jones, of course he has the potential to do good. The defense isn't worried about Josh Uche, they're worried about Chris Jones. So again, people, I mean, and Bill Belichick will always be asked Patriots questions. That's just part of the game. It's always going to happen. But just thought that was an interesting comment. And so that being said, we don't need to talk about Javon Baker and his missed game anymore. It is what it is. But anyways, comment below. What do you think about the AFC East? Do you think that's good news? You look at the Jets and the Dolphins trending in a downward direction, and not even supposed to be in a rebuild, but essentially seem like they are just taking on water and sinking fast, whereas the Patriots are in a rebuild and are, in my opinion, gaining momentum, especially when it comes to the offensive side of the ball. Again, look, did we talk at all about the offensive line? I think they've been doing all right. I think they've been doing C+, probably B- work. So I don't know. Comment below. Tell me what you think. Again, the Sports Talk Patriots. Hit that subscribe button on the way out. We'll talk later. Peace.